With the MacBook Pro 16M5 costing $2,699 and the Dell XPS 14 2026 at $1,649, what actually happens when you push both to their limits? You're choosing between the MacBook Pro's Apple M5 Pro chip and the XPS's Intel Core Ultra 5 325 with 18 cores versus 8 and base frequencies of 4.61 GHz against 2.1 GHz, though these numbers aren't directly comparable across architectures. The MacBook Pro's chip is built on a 3-nanometer process, while the XPS uses 2 nanometers, but that doesn't translate to a clear real-world advantage here. What matters is that the MacBook Pro delivers much higher performance in demanding tasks like editing, coding, and heavy multitasking. Every benchmark here shows a clear lead for the MacBook Pro, with the gap especially wide in multi-core results. You're choosing between the MacBook Pro's Apple M5 Pro 20-core GPU and the XPS's Intel Xay 3, both integrated. On paper, the MacBook Pro lists 8.3 teraflops and the XPS 2.5 teraflops, but these numbers aren't directly comparable. Real-world graphics speed will depend more on software optimization and which creative or gaming apps you actually use. The 16.2-inch mini LED panel with 3456 by 2234 resolution gives you more room and sharper detail than the XPS's 14-inch IPS LCD at 1920 by 1200. Both displays run at 120 Hz, so motion looks equally smooth whether you're editing or watching video. Choosing the MacBook Pro means your photos, movies, and workspace all feel more expansive and visually impressive throughout the day. MacBook Pro reaches 1000 nits while XPS tops out at 500 nits, so sunlight and bright rooms are less of a challenge with the MacBook Pro. Neither model offers a touchscreen, so navigation feels the same on both. HDR content looks its best on the MacBook Pro thanks to Dolby Vision support, and its glossy finish makes colors pop, while XPS uses a matte coating that cuts reflections but mutes vibrancy. Finally, MacBook Pro's 254 pixels per inch screen is much sharper than XPS's 162 pixels per inch, making text and images look crisper all day. A 100 watt-hour battery versus 70 watt-hours means you get more unplugged time before recharging matters. Charging is also faster at 140 watts compared to 100 watts, so topping up is less disruptive to your routine. Both use USB-C for charging, so your existing cables work either way and there's no real difference there. MacBook Pro gives you 24 GB of RAM as standard, while XPS ships with 16 GB at this price. Both use LPDDR5X memory, and neither can be upgraded after purchase, so your choice is locked in. That extra memory in the MacBook Pro means smoother multitasking and less worry about running out of headroom day to day. You get 1 terabyte of storage as standard with the MacBook Pro, double the XPS's 512 GB at this price. Both use M.2 SSDs and support NVMe, so speed and responsiveness are matched here. Only the XPS lets you upgrade storage later, but the MacBook Pro's larger base capacity means you start with more space. Carrying 1.36 kilograms instead of 2.14 kilograms, plus a thinner 14.62 millimeter profile, makes the XPS easier to slip into your bag and less tiring to hold throughout the commute. Both use aluminum, so you still get a premium, sturdy feel in hand. If you want the lightest, most compact machine for travel, the XPS changes how effortless your routine feels. Both MacBook Pro and XPS offer Wi-Fi 7, so your wireless experience is matched across these two laptops. Bluetooth 6.0 is present on both, and each gives you 3 USB 4.0 ports for accessories or charging. Thunderbolt is where they differ. MacBook Pro has Thunderbolt 5, XPS uses Thunderbolt 4, but this upgrade is unlikely to affect your routine. Both include an audio jack, so you can use wired headphones or speakers without needing any adapters. Choosing the MacBook Pro gives you a backlit island keyboard with 1mm key travel, while XPS offers 0.8mm of travel. Neither model includes a numpad, so your typing area stays uncluttered on both. The MacBook Pro features a 1080p webcam, compared to the XPS's 1440p camera, but both have fingerprint readers. That extra key travel on the MacBook Pro means every keystroke feels more distinct, adding to your overall typing comfort. If you want the widest selection, XPS gives you 4 CPU options: 16 GB, 32 GB, 48 GB, or 64 GB of RAM, and storage at 512 GB, 1 TB, or 4 TB, while MacBook Pro offers 3 CPU choices: RAM at 24 GB, 36 GB, or 128 GB, and storage at 1 TB, 2 TB, or 8 TB. That extra range from XPS means you can more precisely match your needs and budget when you're picking out your configuration. At $2,699 versus $1,649, that's a $1,050 difference between them. The MacBook Pro costs more but only takes the lead in storage, benchmarks, and performance. The XPS wins this slide for price alone. The MacBook Pro comes in black or silver, the XPS in gray, and both prices are listed in the description below. MacBook Pro is for professionals who demand top-tier performance. A stunning 3456 by 2234 resolution mini LED display, exceptional battery life, and a keyboard that makes long sessions comfortable. If you want a lighter laptop, more CPU or RAM configuration choices, or are watching your budget, look elsewhere. The biggest reason to hesitate: you pay $1,050 more and give up portability. XPS is for buyers who want a lighter, more compact laptop with a standout design and more flexibility in CPU and RAM configurations, all at a much lower price. If you demand the absolute best in performance, battery life, or screen resolution, skip XPS. The one reason to hesitate: you give up a sharper 3456 by 2234 resolution for the 1920 by 1200 panel at this price. Which would you pick, the MacBook Pro or the XPS, and why? Drop a comment, like the video, and subscribe to Computer Matrix for more honest laptop comparisons.